Good afternoon, everyone. Thrift Behringer here with Rick Beach, who will be on the call with me this afternoon or this evening for the final regular season home game of the Columbus Lions, who are undefeated this year, first place, trying to go back-to-back in champions as champions in their new league, the American Indoor Football Conference. So looking forward to that coming up tonight at 7 p.m. But right now, it's the Columbus Lions pregame.
Yes, sir.
Thrift Behringer with, he wanted me to say this, the force of Harris County, and a big part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Rick Beach. Rick, how are you, man?
Hey, doing good. Looking forward to some football tonight. Really undefeated, unchallenged Columbus Lions. So seeing what kind of fight this Peach team puts up, Peach State team puts up.
Peach State Cats and the Lions last time they played, Rick, 82-0.
Yeah.
That was an obliteration. It was just an incredible performance by the Lions, and they embarrassed the team from Harrisburg. We're expecting more competitive games these next two ones, including tonight. Peach State Cats, they're actually not in the league that the Lions are in. They're in another league, but this is an exhibition game. These are teams that are rivals. They played each other the last 3 or 4 seasons, so looking forward to them playing. Last year, Peach State said they were going to beat Columbus, and they were going to take them to the woodshed, and they lost by 60 points here at the Civic Center. So I know they're trying to avenge what was a painful defeat last year. And then next Friday, we got the championship game, Rick.
Yeah.
We got Corpus Christi Tritons taking on the Columbus Lions. But first, tonight, 7 p.m., and we're going to have on Coach Damian Daniels in here just a moment for our pregame show. But, Rick, let's talk about these Lions. You have watched them from afar. This is going to be your first broadcast, but you've been a big fan of the Lions. What have you seen from them that has impressed you so far on why they're undefeated?
Just domination. Anytime they come in from the opening kickoff to the final whistle, they don't just take a knee and run the clock out. It's, on your throat the whole time, and they don't, they're not going to walk off the field until they get finished with you.
Yeah. Tonight's military night. So
Yeah.
it is packed. General admission tickets are sold out right now, but they have tickets for the lower level seating. So if you want to be able to come tonight, you can still walk up, come. We already got a lot of military people already here setting up. Chris, I don't know if you want to show them that. We already got a whole entire section that's ready. We expect all of these sections to be filled with military and members of the community supporting, and it's always fun. Military night, they're going to have special events to start the game.
Yeah.
We saw some of the pregame stuff, but let's talk a little bit about the Lions before we have on the head coach, because he's got to get ready, as Chris is showing. Again, those military guys are already ready. Hour and 45 minutes before kickoff. They're ready, they're locked and loaded, and they cannot wait to get after Peach State Cats. The Lions are led by their leader, Marcus Brooks. He has 34 touchdowns. If you combine all the other quarterbacks, they don't even get in within 15 of him. If you look at his yards that he's thrown, 1,269. If you combine all the other quarterbacks, they barely get to half of what he was able to accomplish. He's throwing 260 yards a game, while the next guy's throwing about 170 for Corpus Christi. Then you look at all the weapons they have. Right now they got the best running back in the league. They got probably 3 or 4 of the top 7 receivers in the league. It is an embarrassment of riches, and this team, Marcus Brooks, has thrown at least 6 to 7 touchdown passes per game. Last time, he threw 11. So we're expecting him to get probably the 40 plateau this week. We're looking forward to it. When you watch someone like Marcus Brooks and you watch arena football, how important is it to have a good quarterback like him?
Well, that's the name of the game. It's like watching a 7-on-7 type game. It's all about your quarterback, and your team goes as the quarterback goes. You can't just line up and power run the ball. You don't have 5 offensive linemen. You ain't going to run 2 tight ends in there and 12 personnel and power the football. You're going to spread out and throw. So your quarterback's super important. And when you got the confidence that these receivers have in Marcus and how they can get open, they know he can put it up. They got the size, they got the speed to just go get it.
Yeah.
And that's what the confidence goes both ways. He knows he just got to put it up there, and the receivers can go get it.
The defense, that has been the most dominant defense I've seen. And I don't care what level of football it is, the defensive front has 6'5", 6'7", 6'3" guys that are faster, stronger than most people. Doesn't matter if they're big or small. These guys are supremely athletic. They're quick. They're dominant. They're scary. And they are the reason why sometimes, especially last game, centers have a tough time even getting the snap off because they're so scared about what's about to happen right in front of them. And then you talk about the linebackers that are elite and the secondary. Of course, their coach, Damian Daniels, he was a legendary and Hall of Fame cornerback for the Lions for a long period of time. You know the secondary is going to be lights out. It's like Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. You think the secondary is not going to be good for their defense? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk with the head coach of the Columbus Lions, Coach Damian Daniels, right here on the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live Columbus Lions pregame show.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, own one of the best-selling vehicles in the USA. The GMC Sierra pickup is discounted up to $12,500 off. Roomy and comfortable, the compact SUV GMC Terrain is up to $7,750 off. And GMC Acadias with 3 spacious rows and seating for 7 are now discounted up to $7,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until fall at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia-Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor. We're back here live from the Civic Center. It is Military Appreciation Night for the Columbus Lions home game against the Peach State Cats. It's going to be fun, 7 p.m. kickoff. It's the Columbus Lions pregame show right here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, and I am with good friend of mine, legendary player, and now head coach of the Columbus Lions. I'm going to introduce you that way every single time, man, because you're a legend, a Hall of Famer. You're undefeated in your first season.
Yes, sir.
Last time we talked to each other and we saw you play, it was 82-0. You
Right.
obliterated that team. I mean,
Right.
they were licking their wounds all the way back to wherever they came from.
Right.
Let's talk about what it's been these last couple weeks, because this game and next week is the
Right.
championship. So you've had to really make sure your guys are focused heading in. So what have y'all been working on, Coach?
Oh yeah, everything these past 2 weeks has been preparation for the championship.
Yeah.
You know, even tonight, you know, we're gonna come out and play a good football game. But you know, we've been talking about next Friday night. You know, these last couple weeks, so you know, we can't wait to get it going.
I can't wait. That is going to be against Corpus Christi. Let's talk about Peach State. They faced off against last year. You probably didn't know this, Coach, but Peach State was coming into the game saying they were going to win and they ended up losing by 60. So I know
Yeah.
that they are coming in to avenge what was a painful defeat last year.
Right.
How do you make sure your guys focus on, because this is not a regular season game, it's really an exhibition game, but it's going to be
Right.
fun.
Right.
But make sure your guys focus on playing good complementary football today and not worry about the championship next week, because you don't want to lose this game licking your
Right.
wounds going into that.
Exactly. You know, I mean, the main thing is we want to keep the main thing the main thing.
Right.
You know, and we talk all the time about us being the standard, not mattering who's on the other side of the field.
Right.
So I think that's the same approach we're gonna take tonight.
Now, he mentioned 2 weeks ago you win 82-0. You come in this week. How do you keep, you know, you're still talking about young men,
Right.
keep their minds focused on, you know, you win 82-0. Now you got to feel like you're a world beater. You got to
Right.
feel like, you know, nobody can stop you. So how do you bring that down, a little bit of humility for these guys coming into this game?
Well, I mean, it's just like any other thing, right? Yeah, y'all saw 82-0, but once we cut the film on, there was still mistakes that we made and still stuff that we have to clean up.
Right.
So, you know, us as coaches, we're always on them no matter what the score is.
Coach, what has been the biggest surprise for you this year? We talk about Marcus Brooks. I give him a lot of love, but I really want to harp on that defense, and I'm hoping that's what you want to say
yeah.
when you're surprised, because, I mean, elite at every level on the football field. Talk about what those guys have meant to you and how dominant they've been.
Well, it's crazy that you say each level, right? And I'm going to talk about one guy from each level.
Okay.
The first guy, Desmond Scott, he's a rookie nose guard. He has been causing havoc this year. I
Dude
think
had like 4 sacks and 2 forced fumbles and
Right.
a tumble recovery. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, I think he leads the league in sacks right now.
Yep.
So to add him with the veteran guys up front, I mean, it was a blessing. Then the second level, Marte Sears, he's been a great guy for us at linebacker.
Yep.
With his size being 6'5", rangy guy, can run all the way around the field.
Right.
And then in the middle, on the back end, I got Ben Smiley. He's a rookie as well, number 3, and he's been playing good as well.
Yeah, so when you're coaching those secondary guys, you talk about Smiley
Yeah.
and the rest of them, you coach them a little bit harder? Do they have an expectation in
yeah,
their head?
mo-
Like, you know, coach is watching our every move because he played this position.
Oh yeah, most definitely, and I always remind them of plays that I would have made that they did.
Right.
You know, so
Exactly.
yeah, I give them a hard time as much as I can.
Man, when you come out of retirement and then have an intercept return for a touchdown, I mean, you're going to hold this kid. You can tell them right now, like, guys, I can suit up right now and
Right.
make plays. So come on, you better do it.
Right,
All right,
exactly.
let's talk about Peach State. State. You watch some film on them. What
Yeah.
are some things you want to make sure your guys do well to come out victorious tonight against?
Man, actually, they actually have some good players, you know, and a lot of people don't know this, but it's probably about 4 or 5 of our guys on our roster this year that actually played for them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we got Mike Swan,
Yep.
James Gray, Jatavius Ponder.
Yep.
You know, all of these guys actually came through that system, so I know they have some talent. So we're gonna have to go out and play a good football game.
Military Appreciation Night. General admission is already sold out, guys.
Right.
So if you want to pay, you're going to have to pay a little bit above asking price for those general admission tickets, but it's well worth it, I promise you.
This is always the best game of the year.
Come on, Coach.
We
So talk
always
about
wait
that.
on military night since I think '07 when we first started this. Military night has always been the most fun night.
And I promise you, it's going to be loud. It's going to be
yeah.
fun. They're going to get after Peach State. Cannot wait for it. Coach, one more question. Talking about that championship game next week, what do you want to see from your team tonight to make sure that they're ready for that upcoming game next week?
Just continue to do what we do. You know, it always starts up front. We want to dominate the line on both sides of the ball, and just try to eliminate the mistakes. You know, like I say, watching the film, we had some mistakes that we made last week, and hopefully we can clean them up and get ready to play a good, solid championship game.
Well, Coach, when we talk to you tonight, hopefully it's after a victory, and we're heading one more win away from being champions.
Yes,
It's
sir.
head coach Damian Daniels. It's Military Appreciation Night here on the Columbus Lions pregame show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Choose America's #1 compact SUV, the Chevy Equinox. Discounted up to $6,500 off. Chevy's full-size pickup truck, the powerful Chevy Silverado, is up to $12,000 off. And big Chevy Silverado 2500 HDs are discounted up to $6,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until fall. Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, own one of the best-selling vehicles in the USA. The GMC Sierra pickup is discounted up to $12,500 off. Roomy and comfortable, the compact SUV GMC Terrain is up to $7,750 off. And GMC Acadias with 3 spacious rows and seating for 7 are now discounted up to $7,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until fall at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Back here on the Columbus Lions pregame show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's for Behringer and my guy, Ricky Rick. I say Ricky Rick because I already got Richie Rich. It's Beachy, a.k.a. Rick Beach. How are you, man? Man.
Good. I got a question before we get going. What's a retumble? You
It's
said that
when
there's a
you have a
retumble.
return for a touchdown. Yeah. Thank you, sir. As we're getting a. Okay. Thank you.
Live action right here.
Live action.
That's what you see when it's live.
So, you know,
A
football
retumble.
terminology is a hard, tough thing sometimes for people to grasp. So for those out there that are not experts in analysis of arena football, we call a return, fumble, touchdown a retumble.
There you go.
And it's when you get the football, you have to do a tumble, get up, and then score a touchdown. So that's
Like a Chris Berman,
I'm trying
rumbling,
to-
tumbling,
I'm
stumbling,
trying-
fumbling.
I'm trying my best. And I was like, do I just keep going or
You
do
did
I
good.
stop? But I knew you noticed. I was like, let me our fumble recovery. No, let me call it a retumble. But Damian Daniels, you can see it. He's oozing confidence. He wants his
He's
guys to come out
focused
and
in, man.
dominate this game and not. They want to make a statement. Hey, let's come out, let's dominate, and let's get ready for that championship game next
Well,
week.
not too often do you have a quote-unquote warm-up and exhibition game the week before a championship game.
Right.
Usually you're playing a playoff game or something like
Right.
that. So for him to have this opportunity, but you could tell he's laser-focused. His guys are going to be laser-focused,
Yep.
and their foot's going to be on that throttle, I believe, from the opening kickoff, and we'll see a very dominant performance again tonight.
Yeah, and I'm expecting Marcus Brooks to do great things, but I'm telling you that defense, as he made mention, and now I'm glad I got the roster right in front of me. He talked about Jatavius Ponder. That guy is an elite defensive lineman. You also got Desmond Scott. The guy had like 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery.
A retumble.
A retumble, almost a return for a touchdown. Their weapons, William Bonilla, Jermon Fortson, Ramon DeLoach, who didn't even play last game, Jamel Gooden, Tyson Terrell, and Michael Swan. This team is loaded at every level, and at the one position we hadn't talked about, his offensive line, because as good as Marcus Brooks has been, he's also got all day to throw. And when you got an offensive line that is big and physical and does a great job pass protection, it allows for an efficient quarterback.
It don't matter what league or what division you're looking from young age all the way to the NFL, it starts with protecting the quarterback or having some kind of protection for your quarterback. Even if you look at, say, flag football, you got to have a quarterback that could roll out to buy that time, because you got to have time for the receivers to get up and downfield. So this offensive line at Columbus gives Marcus plenty of time to hit them throws downfield.
Well, we can't wait. Tonight, 7 o'clock kickoff. You better start coming. It's already getting packed. It's Military Appreciation Night. Peach State Lions on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. From Rick Beach, Rip Manager saying we'll see you later on for a huge arena football game. This pregame was presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. See y'all.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, own one of the best-selling vehicles in the USA. The GMC Sierra pickup is discounted up to $12,500 off. Roomy and comfortable, the compact SUV GMC Terrain is up to $7,750 off. And GMC Acadias with 3 spacious rows and seating for 7 are now discounted up to $7,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until fall at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Thank you for watching the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile.